race fans. Larry Supermouth Huffman, AMA Hall of Fame announcer. And this isn't Supercross, it's Wednesday. And you're watching Bay Fishing with Roman and Brian. Stand by to count how many times Roman says nice and what movie Brian will review this week. Stay tuned while the boys teach secrets of bay bass fishing with Roman on his 6-second nitro-burning pedal drive kayak and Brian in his Cool Baits high-speed dragster boat that he takes out every Sunday. Be there.
What up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Bay Fishing with Roman and Brian. And speaking of Brian, here's Brian. Let's bring him in. He came back.
Is that a good thing?
I don't know. People want to know.
I'm back, yes. What's up, Roman? How are you?
Good.
How was your Thanksgiving, first of all?
My Thanksgiving was great. We talked about it on Monday. It was something that I needed more than I thought I needed. So it's pretty cool.
A week off? Is that what you're saying?
A week off and like time with the family, time with friends.
Yeah. Yeah, my Thanksgiving, I just was out in the desert for 5 days, camping, riding dirt bikes, and having campfires, I guess, from Wednesday all the way to Sunday. So it was a great vacation.
Living that Mad Max life out there in the desert.
So dusty out there.
So
oh,
good.
My gosh, Roman.
Cool. All right.
I got the black lung.
Nice. So before we jump off into the content, guys, if you're new to the show, this is called Fishy Hour. We're here Mondays and Wednesdays. Wednesdays is Bay Fishing with Roman and Brian. You're here. You made it. Welcome. If you're new to the show, please do tap in the chat. First timer in all caps so we can say hello to you and welcome you to the community. Other than that, we're going to jump into the agenda for tonight and take it away, Brian.
If you don't know who I am, I'm Brian. Brian Likes to Fish on Instagram. I'm Cool Baits Pro Shop, and I'm also Fishy Hour Wednesday co-host.
Boom.
And I'm also Spotty Bowl champion of the world. That's my trophy back there, if you didn't know.
Nice.
What's up, guys? What's up, Roger? How are you?
So
good to see you're on there.
Yeah, good. First shout out of the night goes to Mr. Leonard Baker.
Ooh.
What up, Leonard? Leonard in the house. Thanks for being the first chatter. Bit. Let's go.
What's up, Leonard? Bay Creepers.
Nice. All right, so
Okay, so tonight's agenda tonight. Well, do you want to start out with our drinks? Let's get the drinks over.
let's do this. Guys, so this is Fishy Hour. If you have yourself a nice, refreshing beverage, it could be a warm beverage since it's kind of cold out, and or it could be alcoholic beverage or non-alcoholic beverage. I'm going to be drinking a Dr. Stevia, Dr. Stevia soda. And what do you have, Brian?
LaCroix.
LaCroix. All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best pop top you ever heard in your life, 1 being the worst, rate Brian's pop top. Not bad. Oh, wait, what? Oh,
Wait,
what?
it does count.
Very nice. All right, so go ahead and put your score for Brian's pop top in the chat, and then after you put your score, put in what you're drinking tonight. Okay, that way we can separate our scores. Here we go. Here's mine. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best pop top you ever heard in your life, 1 being the worst. Rate this pop top.
Pretty strong scores. Nice. Cheers, Roman. Cheers, everybody. It's Wednesday.
Cheers, everybody.
Let's
Happy
kick
Wednesday.
back.
Hump day.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
Not really.
Oh, man. 5, a 6, a 9. Weird.
Ooh, your scores are going down, dude. 3.5.
Wow.
Ooh, TB Metal Art 6, boy. Andy gave you a 5. Judged you twice, huh?
Time to give me a 9.8.
Judge in here. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Probably not our best. I don't know. We need to work on it.
6.
I think we're getting lazy. We're getting lazy on our pop tops. All right,
cool.
Tonight's show, we got a good one. Tonight, we're going to make some announcements. We got a bunch of events coming up, like basically every weekend. We've got something coming up with the MMFC, with tournaments, with Mary Macmas. Tonight's main topic tonight is a good one, I think. In the bays, we use a lot of braid to leader. And tonight, we're going to test 6 different types of line for abrasion resistance. And I'll give you a sneak peek of how we're going to do that.
This is cool. Yeah.
It's that thing behind me. So
Okay,
later
go
on
again, go
tonight,
again.
stick around. It's going to be an awesome science project. We're going to break down lines. We're going to basically talk about which lines are good for the bay. Some lines are better for some situations. Some are better for others. But basically, this thing back here is going to tell us live. We're going to test abrasion resistance on mono, fluoro, braid, 4 different types of line also. So that's the main topic tonight. We got PV shoutouts. If you don't know what PV shoutouts is, people send in pictures to me and Roman of all the catches they've caught this past 2 weeks for this show of what's going on in our local fishing scene. So we can give you some shoutouts and show us off some of these catches. And then at the end, we always have a lot of fun.
Very cool.
Yeah, we do.
Very cool.
Yeah, we do.
So I like it. So guys, this is gonna like we talk about it here on the show sometimes about what line's best and that kind of stuff. So now we're gonna actually do some science to it, figure it out.
Try to. Yeah.
Yep. So in a somewhat controlled environment, I mean, this is gonna be a cool thing. So stay tuned, guys. This is gonna be a fun one. All right.
Yeah.
Announcements. Right.
Announcements. Okay, the big announcement this weekend, December 4th, 2 to 5 p.m.
Saturday. Mary
Mary Macmas.
This is our.
You want to explain what Mary Macmas is?
Yes, Mary Macmas is the holiday party for the Mad Max Fishing Club, which is a club that we started here in this show, and it's basically it's not you don't have to pay to be in our club. It's just a group of guys or a group of guys and gals that enjoy fishing, kayak fishing, and here in the local area. And the most important part of that is that we enjoy the learning process and helping each other get better instead of beating each other down for not knowing something. So that's my mission. That's the spirit of the group. And in that spirit of the group of camaraderie and having a fun time with other like-minded anglers, Captain Dan offered to make pizzas for us, and we said, okay, let's just put together a holiday party, wrap up the year in a good way, and that's going to be on this Saturday, the 4th, right? We're calling it Mary Macmas since it's so close to Christmas, and we're going to be doing besides the awesome pizza pies that Captain Dan's going to be cranking out, we're going to be doing a white elephant gift exchange, a white elephant gift exchange. So you got to bring if you want to participate in that, you can bring a $20 value gift that's already wrapped, and then we're gonna go through that process. It'll be pretty fun. We're also we're updating the Mad Max Fishing Club playlist on Spotify with any songs you guys want to post up in the chat today, and as long as they're not explicit, put them in the chat, and I'll kind of go through and kind of keep track of the ones that you guys are adding. And just type in playlist in all caps and then a colon and then the song you want with the artist, and then we'll add it to the playlist. It could be Christmas themed songs, that's fine too. And then more on this Macmas thing is Captain Dan really needs a head count. You guys have done a great job of updating the Mary Macmas thread on Discord, and so he's got a pretty good head count. But in case you've been putting it off and you want to go, please do so by the end of the show today, because that's going to be our cutoff. If you're not on there by the end of the show today, we can't guarantee that you'll have pizza. He's going to bring enough to feed all of us, but it basically comes down to he needs enough time to prep enough dough for the whole event. So we need to know head count. So if you haven't done that yet, please do that right now. You can go on our Discord server by typing in !Discord into the chat, and then that'll get you on our Discord server. It's our Discord server invite. And then once you're on there, look for the thread, a text thread called Mary Macmas. And then in there say, I'm going +1, +2, +3, plus however many people you're bringing. You don't have to be an official member of MMFC. If you're curious about our group, want to see what we're all about, want to see if it's true that we don't talk smack to each other or beat up on noobs, come hang out with us, you noob, and we'll teach you the ways, right?
Sounds good. Yeah, this is the channel where we make you a bay fishing master.
Boom.
So
right.
If you want to learn about bay fishing, also we have a whole category on Fishy Hour on our YouTube channel, Fishy Hour. We have a whole list. I don't know how many shows we got on there. 200.
Yeah, at least over 200 now. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So and me and Roman have been doing this for a little while now. So this is where you learn about bay fishing, inshore fishing, all San Diego fishing.
Very good.
Kayak, boat, float tube, all of that. The only other announcement I got about that is location, which is Crown Point Park.
Perfect.
It starts at 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. We have the blue gazebo reserved there. During the end of PB shoutouts, I'm going to show a map of a picture of exactly where we're going. But if you need to Google directions, just Google Crown Point Park.
Perfect.
And I'll show you a map, and also I'll put the exact address in Discord later.
Cool. Hyder, you're going, but you haven't RSVP'd yet. Are you officially RSVPing now for you? Let me know in the chat. And then we'll just do a +1 on Captain Dan's count.
Okay, next announcement. Is there anything else?
We need something else for this. We need yes, volunteers.
Right.
So Captain Dan, before we knew we were doing this, I think he had like a shoulder surgery set up, and so he's on the mend, and so his one of his arms is in a sling. So he's gonna need a little extra help. So if anybody wants to volunteer with like the initial setup, like basically unloading the stuff out of his truck and getting it set up for him, I'm gonna be there, but we want at least three other people to be around. Captain Dan, I think maybe like at 12 or 1 would be okay. Let me know how much time you need beforehand to get started, and then we'll get a couple of volunteers. If you want to volunteer, guys, message me directly on Discord. I'm sorry, on Discord. Message me directly on Discord. I only need maybe 3 people. Okay, and if you're gonna be out there early anyways, let me know, and then we can figure it out. But basically, just want to make sure we have enough people to be able to move the stuff, so Captain Dan doesn't have to use his healing arm. Okay. Go. I got Mark G.
Perfect.
Thank you, Mark. Okay, so Mark G is in. And then Mark, I'll message you along with whoever else volunteers to let you know what time to be there. That'd be awesome. Thank you. All right, cool. I think that's it.
Cool. What's up, Muto? What's up, Aaron?
All right, so
What's up, Captain Dan?
nice.
Coach?
All right,
What's going on?
Captain Dan. So Hyder hasn't been on Discord, but we can do him +1, so we can add 2 more people to your account, please. Cool. And Dario, you already RSVP'd. Oh, Dario will be there to help. Okay, good. Because Dario's bringing this PA, so that's good. That's good. That's 2. So we just need 1 more person. Perfect. All right.
So there's gonna be music and dancing. You're saying, right?
Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be cool.
All right. Okay, so I think that's it for Mary Macmas. Next announcement, we have a tournament coming up, guys. DFA is putting on a tournament. It's like a club tournament, club versus club. It's on December 11th, 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Dana Landing. We're going to go over the details on that next week. We're going to finalize the details on it, so watch the show next week if you want to get all the details on that. But if you want to participate for our team, which is the MMFC, yes, I'm fishing MMFC. Sorry, Aaron.
Okay, so we got to explain to them what's going on. Because
What?
Go ahead. Explain yourself. They're like, go ahead.
There's nothing to all right, guys. I have to admit, last week got a little weird. Got a little crazy. I had like an iced tea before the show that wasn't decaffeinated, and the caffeine kind of went to my head, and it got a little crazy. If you haven't seen it, it got a little crazy at the end there. But all right, let me tell you this, Roman. I grew up in the 80s and 90s, right?
Yeah.
I grew up in the 80s and 90s. And what did we watch? We watched Hulk Hogan. We watched Macho Man. We watched Ric Flair.
Woo!
We watched Triple H, The Rock, Stone Cold.
Let me tell you something, brother. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I knew what it was.
In my mind,
yeah.
I'm trying to come up with funny things at the end of the show. You guys know I try hard on that. So.
I think it was great. It was hilarious. It's just some people didn't catch on, so like they thought it was serious, and like I started getting a bunch of messages, and I didn't want to like kill the thing. So it was supposed to be like
blowing up.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like a WWF now WWE style or WCW style like cliffhanger. You know, like I'll see you at WrestleMania, like that thing, right? Anyway, it was funny.
So if you guys don't know, I used to work at Disneyland, and they trained me so well in acting because I took several classes there that it really seemed like I was legitimately angry. But no, guys, I was just living a lifetime dream of doing a WWE promo.
I think one of the funniest comments was like I think Todd or Salty was like, yeah, that's why you can't give Brian trophies. And then someone else was like, oh, Brian's wife is standing like at the doorway, like shaking her head.
I read that. That's hilarious. I think that was Muto who said that, or Dave Rage. But guys, that's not really me. That was just acting. That's like my Jekyll and my Hyde. I was just kind of joking around there, guys. So don't take that too seriously. It was just basically comedy skit. So, I hope you found it entertaining. Maybe I'll do it again one day. If the man makes me angry again.
Nice. Very cool. All right.
So that's out of the way, right? So All right. Next announcement. Yeah, the DFA tournament, December 11th. Let's get out there. We'll go over that next week on the details on it. Going to talk to Aaron about them as far as receiving monies, and because it's $20 per head on that team of 5. If you want to get on an MMFC team, there's still tons of openings. Message me or Roman, and we'll try to get you on a team. So
Very cool.
Next thing is Toys for Tots coming up same day, December 11th. You want to do the announcement about that one?
Yeah, if you're not gonna do the teams tournament and you want to participate in a tournament, they're gonna be having a Toys for Tots, kind of like a toys raiser, a fundraiser, but it's like for toys, a toy raiser.
SoCal Kayak.
Yeah, SoCal Kayak Anglers, they're putting it together. They usually fish the KBF Kayak Bass Fishing, KBF tournaments in freshwater around here. They're like the SoCal division of that, or like they're a club that does a lot of freshwater events. So they have a really good organization, and they run a good tournament. Ryan, the guy that's running it, is a super cool dude, and he's run that for the past, I think, 3 years. So it's a really good, really well run tournament, and it's for a good cause. And if you want to participate, I think you just have to show up and bring 2 unwrapped toys, one for a boy, one for a girl. And I can't remember what the price point is on those, but check on their site. They have a post on Facebook. Just look for Toys for Tots SoCal Bass Anglers, SoCal Kayak Anglers, Kayak Anglers.
Kayak Anglers.
Yep.
There you go.
There you go. They're doing it in cahoots with Fast Lane, so they're gonna be at the Fast Lane shop, and they're gonna have a tent out there, so you can sign in and all that good stuff. So it might even be on Fast Lane's social media. So you might want to check there too if you can't find the link. But yeah, it's a good cause. It's a cool place. If I wasn't doing this tournament, I would do it. It's gonna be cool. I think people are probably gonna wear like Santa Claus stuff or like Santa hats and that kind of stuff.
Cool.
And yeah, I just know that Mission Bay is gonna be super crowded that day with a lot of kayakers. It's gonna be fun.
That's a fun event. Okay, we got a lot of announcements. Geez, a lot coming up. So December 15th, guys, is our second annual Fishy Hour Christmas show. So the 15th, we're doing a Christmas show, and that's where you guys get to come on the show and talk about your year, kind of our year recap. We did it last year. This year, guys, because I don't know if the people that have been watching this for a long time, we did this last year, and the show was like 3 hours long. It was ridiculous long. It was fun, but it was way too long. So we're going to have to limit everybody to 2 minutes. So depending on the turnout of how many people get signed up.
Now who's the man? Setting limits.
I do what I want. Yeah, so December 15th, guys, if you'd like to be on the show, message Roman, message me, message one of us, get a hold of one of us and say, hey, I'd like to be on the show for 2 minutes, and give a Merry Macmas out to everybody on the show, and have your 2 minutes to talk about your year. So that's a fun show. Yep. Hopefully we get a lot of participation on that. Remember, 2 minutes, guys.
Yeah, very cool.
And last, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, no, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking out loud.
And the last announcement is you got a video?
Oh yeah. So I finished the edit of the last of the session after we went out with Kevin. So I'm gonna release that tonight at 9 p.m. I just don't want this I don't want this live stream to publish after I release it tonight, because I want the last video I put out for the rest of the week to be the tuna fishing video. Okay, so that's already done. It's edited. It's ready to go. I just finished the thumbnail, so I'm gonna upload it while we're doing the show, and then after this live stream ends and posts to my regular feed, then I'm gonna release the new one, and that'll be around 9 p.m. tonight. So do me a favor and please watch it when you see the alert go out. Okay, and then hit it with a comment, hit it with a like. Let's pump it up. Let's go. All right, that's it.
I have not seen it yet.
Yeah, Brian hasn't seen it yet. He's
I hope it's redemption for me. Because the last time that tuna was tough. Yeah, this one I had the proper gear. Kevin, I got that thing in there. All right, guys. So any more announcements, or is that it for you, Roman?
I think that's it.
I got one more announcement. How much does it cost Santa to park his sleigh? Nothing. It's on the house.
Nice.
All right. Christmas jokes tonight. Christmas
Nice.
Jokes. It's
Nice.
Christmas time, right? All right, so our main topic tonight, let's go ahead and get right into this, guys. So a lot of us fish the bays, and we use braid now. In the past, I don't know, for me, pretty much exclusively the last 10 years, Roman, I've been fishing, almost all my reels have a braid. And what we do to that braid for abrasion and just so it's a little clearer, a little more confidence in it, we add like a 6 foot, 10 foot, 12 foot, 15 foot, sometimes 3 foot leader to it.
Yep.
And there's a bunch of different ways that you can set your rod up, your line. There's mono, there's pure fluorocarbon, which is that's the expensive stuff. There's copolymer, which is like a line that is coated with fluoro, but it's not pure fluoro.
Okay.
So it's like a hybrid. And then there's those guys that may just fish straight braid. And tonight, what we're going to try to do is figure out in what situations what type of leader line should we use. So we're gonna use a machine that I invented.
Oh,
no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I saw. You may have seen this test a few times, but this is a machine that I made because at Disneyland I also was an engineer. I worked on stuff there. I learned a lot of. I learned how to build a lot of stuff. He wasn't
an engineer. He was an Imagineer.
No, I was not an Imagineer. Well, maybe.
Come on.
Not for long, though. The engineer job was more my suit. But anyway, so I built a contraption behind me, and we're going to use that to go ahead and test the lines. And I'm going to test mono, copolymer. I'm going to test fluoro, and I'm going to test braid too. And hopefully this will be interesting to you guys. So let me bring out
and I can stop spending like $30 for fluorocarbon leader. That'd be great.
Will you after this test?
Let's see.
So
stay tuned to find out.
Let me tell you how this. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna try it out.
This test can save you. This test can save you hundreds of dollars that you can convert, that you can save and put into getting a new reel or something. Okay, here we go. Go full.
Ooh, this is gonna get tight.
We'll go full screen so I can get this lined up right. Okay.
Gotcha. All right, guys. So this right here, basically, I built this. It is basically a box. This is a PVC pipe with 80 grit sandpaper on it.
That's right.
And one
Salty,
solid
80
piece
grit.
all the way around.
80 said that.
Grit,
80, Salty said that better at least be. What did you say? 40, 50, 40 grit. Yeah, it's 80 grit.
Salty. I think 40 might. Well, anyway, that's what I went with. 80 grit. And basically, I'm going to be hanging the line from these hooks back here, and the line is going to be held by tension on it by this 12-ounce lead sinker.
12 ounce.
And we're.
So
I know it's
happy.
pretty
I'm just
heavy.
happy. Keep going. I'm just happy.
The biggest ones I got. And then while that is suspended, I'm going to crank this, and we're going to count how many cranks it takes to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop.
That's right, like Sesame Street.
Oh wait, no,
son.
I'm sorry. We're gonna crank this thing.
But you gotta count like
you
gotta count like the count. 1.
You're the count. You're the count. All right. So and once we've done this, hold on a second here. This is where the science is going to come in. So I've got 6 different types of line. I've labeled each one. We've got Power Pro. Everything I did also is 20 pound.
Salty, that's a great
pounds.
suggestion. He said he should have used the 14-ounce cool bait.
Yeah, should have. Okay, so everything I did is 20 pound. So it's an even rate about it. I know like mono's a little thicker than fluoro, but to even it out, I just went all 20 pounds. So I have 20 pound Power Pro braid. I have 20 pound fluoro P line 20 pound. I have Seaguar 20 pound, Yoziri 20 pound, mono big game 20 pound, and J braid 20 pound. So we're going to test each one of these twice, and we're going to mark on here how many cranks it takes to get to the center of the
that's so good. Let's
to break the line.
go.
Sorry, I can't get that out of my head. All right. So, Salty, since you're all into this and you're all scientific, can you also count the cranks and post it in chat once the line breaks? And Roman, can you also double check his math?
Yeah, so Salty and I will be the official counters, but everybody else is encouraged and welcome to count and also post your count. Okay?
All right, so we're going to start out with normally I threw in braid in here
predictions
just to show you guys.
Predictions.
Oh, yeah, let's do hypothesis.
Everybody in the chat, which one of those? Can you hold that board up again, please? Sorry.
Sure.
And I was going to delay us a little bit. So which one of these lines do you think is going to be the most abrasion resistant? So which one's going to last the longest? Go ahead and put it into the chat. You got to pick one. It's okay to be wrong. That's the whole point of this. We're using science. Science. I need a science sound.
And let me just tell you the price differences here too.
Yeah.
Just so you know. Okay, so braid is always about $20.
Okay.
It's a pretty standard, maybe 25 if it's like Max Quattro or something, but it's about $20. You get and the way they sell the pure floral, like the Seaguar and the Yozuri, you only get 25 yards of it.
Oh yeah.
So the Yozuri was 15 and the Seaguar was I think 15 too, but the key is you only get 25 yards of it. Now when you buy the big game 20-pound mono, you get 650 yards of it. So
yeah, we should have done a price per
that
foot.
is only $12 for 650 yards, so like a lifetime supply. So the prices are in between $10 to $25 for this stuff, but it's the amount of line you get for the money. And when I bring each one out, I'll tell you how much it cost and how much line you actually get. All right, so now everybody's got their guesses
I got it. Everybody's declared their stake. Let's go. Seaguar Floro. Tyler deleted his comment. He's gonna reconsider. Big game win, says Marvin. What up, Marvin? Welcome to the show. Dario says mono. Coach says big game. Okay. Captain Dan says mono should be the one. Okay. All right. Good stuff.
Yeah, mono is, and I'll describe what makes mono, what's pros and cons of each of these two as we're doing this. So I'm testing braid just to kind of show you guys. I might as well, right?
Yep.
So this braid right here is 20-pound braid. Hook this baby up. And this is actually the Power Pro. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the J braid. I've already pre-tied all these knots, guys, by the way. So
I'm seeing some new names in the chat. Welcome, Brad.
it's live TV. And we're going to go ahead and test it against the Seaguar. Let's try the Seaguar 20-pound. This is the blue label stuff.
Ooh.
So we're doing braid versus Seaguar, which is a pure floral carbon.
Okay.
Which means it is 100% pure floral carbon. Get these lined up. And we're going to do each one of these twice, just for science, because I think it's a little more accurate than just one test. So the first test, we're going to do Seaguar on B side and J braid on the A side. So are you ready?
1 second. Yes. Roy, welcome, dude. We're about to start science. We have this contraption that Brian created, and there's 80-pound grit sandpaper between the A and the B symbols there, and one's J braid and one's Seaguar. So we're testing braid versus fluorocarbon for abrasion.
And let's hope this doesn't take like 200 cranks. I don't think it will, but we're gonna see. I only tested this once.
All right, so you're gonna start with the handle down, and it doesn't count as a complete. It doesn't count. You count one when the handle hits back to the bottom. Okay, ready? Go for it.
You got it. You ready?
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 4, like 4.5 maybe. 4.
Okay, so we found out that braid is not that.
Braid sucks for abrasion
probably
resistance.
most of you guys knew that, but
yeah.
So if you're using straight braid, let's go ahead and break this one first.
Wait. So let's write that down. Should we log it?
We're at 4.
Okay.
You write it down for me, and I'll log it.
So that one broke between your 4th and 5th crank.
You got it.
So
Let's just call it 4.
So the next is gonna be 6.
Gotcha.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
I can see
15,
it getting
16, 17.
Ooh, it's going wow.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 28. I got 28 on that one.
27 or 28?
28. Or 20.
28.
I got 28. Salty, what do you think? Maybe 27.5? Because the other one was 4.5. I agree with Salty on that last one. J-Braid, 4.5. Floral, 27.5. Maybe, Salty? What do you think?
Sorry.
Yeah, okay. So 28. 28 on the floral. And then 4.5, 4.5 on the J-Braid. Man, we're doing some science over here, guys. Woo!
Okay, there we go. So our first two up, 28 for the Seaguar 20-pound blue label, and J-Braid only 4.5.
Wow,
so
I'm surprised.
That tells you right there, guys,
yeah.
why we're using a leader.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're dragging that thing through the sand or on a rock or you hit a pylon with that, the braid is not. Braid is super strong. Don't get me wrong. When you're throwing your A rig and you got a 65-pound braid on, as long as there's no damage to that braid is super strong and it's super thin. You got to remember too that braid is it's much thinner diameter. The actual braid on this, the J braid, is only 0.23 millimeters versus the Seaguar, which is 0.405 millimeters. So
that's true.
It's thinner, and that's a great thing about braid is you can get so much on a small reel. You can get a lot on those small reels. And remember, braid for your main line has no memory. It lasts probably much longer than any other line. I'll use a braid the whole season. Sometimes you just cut a little bit off, but there's so much on the reel. There's a lot of advantages. No stretch in braid, but obviously a disadvantage is it's not abrasion resistant. So let's get on to the next one. Oh,
very cool. Let's go, guys. Hit that like button if you guys are enjoying the science project. This is pretty cool.
This is on A and this is on B. All right, next up.
Before we do the next test, there's 37 people in here checking out the stream. Only 19 likes. Do me a favor, guys. Exit if you're watching from your phone or tablet. You need to exit the chat, hit that like button, and then jump back into the chat.
And this is the matchup this is a matchup I was looking forward to. This is Yozuri.
Yozuri what?
Yozuri 20-pound pure fluorocarbon.
Ooh.
So this is the good stuff, guys, right here. Up against the classic. It's been around my entire life. Trilene, Berkeley Trilene, big game.
Right.
That is like a staple that everybody's used that.
Look at that spool count. Look at that spool size. You can't even put it on the little hook. It's just like.
Oh yeah. So price
like
points.
100 times.
$12. $12, but it's 650 yards. So
how many yards?
If you're using this for a liter, it's.
How many
one thing
yards?
you have to remember about mono though, it does have a shelf life though. So if you buy that, I would say once you start peeling it off and the memory it feels like kind of dry and it's like a curly piece of hair, you know what I mean? It may not be good. Mono has probably the shortest life of all of these.
Okay.
So big game versus Yozuri. Hold on, sorry guys, it's live, so it takes me a second. All right, you ready, Roman?
I'm ready. Ready, guys? There we go.
Here we go. Wait, how'd I go last time?
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 and a half. Wait. 10. I'd say 10.
That was a 10. I think that was a 10 exactly.
Because you went up.
So the Yozuri, that didn't do very good.
Can you go down? Can you put the handle down so we could get 11? Okay, that's 11 right there.
Okay, so Yozuri broke at 10.
Okay, and we're on 11.
That's scary because I love Yozuri.
I thought it was gonna do better.
It's so expensive, and I use it. All right. Anyway, let's move on to the mono.
So we're at 11.
So we're at this is number 12, right?
Yeah, and you're pushing it away from you. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Oh, nice. 24.
24 for the big game.
Salty said 10.255 on the cracks. We'll go with 10. We're gonna round it off to the nearest half. So that's the one.
So there you go. There's our first four out of the hole. We've got Seaguar 28. That's pretty good. I thought for sure the mono might do a little bit. It's still really close though. See what that comes in on the B side.
Oh yeah.
It makes a difference. And braid still only 4.5. So.
Because on the next round, each one will have the opposite side. That's pretty
close.
It's pretty good.
Pretty close.
So
all right.
Yep. So 24.
Yeah, we're gonna go opposite side just so that make sure the sandpaper is not different on the other side. So
got it.
Here goes the Yozuri.
Cranking that other way would change the variance of the test. You should crank the same way every time.
Did I crank it the other way?
That's fine.
Away from me. I'll do it every time away from me. Okay. So next up is So this is one that everybody uses as far as braid goes. This is Power Pro, 20-pound Power Pro.
Power Pro.
I threw it in there just to see, compare it. And the reason is this is the J braid is an 8-strand, right? So it's that super soft. When you get that higher strand, the 8, 9, 11, whatever strand you're going with, it's super soft. It's a little more castable. To me, it feels like it may not be as abrasion resistant. Like when I get the suffix, you feel it and it has like that texture to where it like rips through kelp and everything.
Yeah.
So I wanted to put one of these in there just to maybe check it against the J braid to see how it stacks up on abrasion against that. So
what are you putting up now?
this is Power Pro 20-pound.
All right, Power Pro 20-pound versus. And you guys get to guess in the chat what do you think is going to win.
Let's see, what haven't we used? Oh, and then we're going to go to this is P-line, and this is not, it says fluoro-clear, fluorocarbon coated, right? So it's not pure, it's a copolymer. It's fluorocarbon coated.
Mucho said Yozuri is Japanese for lost lure.
Don't say that. I like the Yozuri. I'm kind of disappointed.
The Yozuri popper is Japanese for tuna.
That's right. We were using. I forgot what line we're using, but I think it was maybe Seaguar, whatever Kevin had. All right, so we've got our P-line copolymer, not pure, and advantages of that is it's a lot cheaper than pure fluorocarbon. Pure fluorocarbon is the most expensive thing. Pure fluorocarbon, the good place to use that is if you're fly lining a sardine on a boat and you're only 5 feet deep of water, and you got fish that are really in tune to looking and seeing in that super clear water, there's nothing clearer than the pure fluorocarbon. So that in that situation, visually, that's probably the best. Now, is mono and is this copolymer that much more visible? I mean, it gives you a little more confidence in your mind that you're throwing the best line out there as far as clarity goes. And you have to remember, abrasion isn't just rubbing on rocks, rubbing on sand, rubbing on docks. All these fish we catch have teeth.
Yep.
And when they first grab this thing, you say things like head shake, where they're grabbing that and they're shaking. And if you ever feel inside of those fish's mouth, even like a largemouth or spotty, halibut, whatever, just think of how many times that has gone back and forth on that line. So abrasion also has to do with that. So don't think just because you're not throwing it in rocks that abrasion doesn't make that big of a deal. I'll go with straight braid, but it does because those fish get head shake. All right, so everybody got their bets in?
I got their bets in. Looks good.
I think I'm taking A. All right, so I went away from you, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Away from me. Okay, here we go.
So just push out. 1, 2. Oh my God. That's like 1.5.
Okay.
That's like 1.5.
I think that's an excellent representation of braid not being abrasion resistant. So if you think about that, if you're throwing straight braid, guys, I mean, the only time I throw a straight braid is when I'm throwing a frog into the tulies, and you're just throwing it in there and you're just ripping it out. Dude,
so like sometimes when I fish on my kayak at night, guys, I don't care about visibility, so I get lazy and I just tie my lure straight to the braid. I'm not gonna do that anymore. That's crazy. 1.75 says out there. All right, we'll do quarters. 1.75.
Okay, 1.75, and that was on B. Okay, wow.
So officially, we have 2 cranks on the machine, right? So we have 2 cranks on the machine.
2 cranks on the machine.
We're gonna keep going. Here's crank number 3.
Away from me, right?
Yep. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I think that was right at 20.
20?
20, yep.
Right at 20. So it did pretty well. That was a P-line 20-pound. That was a copolymer.
Let's see what Salty says.
So here's where we stand, guys. So
yeah, cool.
1.75, which is
so
basically no abrasion resistance. That's Power Pro, just your standard Power Pro you buy. And then J braid, a little bit better. Maybe it's because it's that 8-strand versus I think this is 4, maybe a little better, but still not good. Yozuri, I'm really disappointed in that because that's like my main one I always use. I'm very disappointed in that. I spent a lot of money on those. Not saying that this. Let's see what we do on round 2. Maybe these numbers will change a little bit. Next up would be the Mono 24, great value there, and then Seaguar Blue Label doing really good at 28. So. Yeah. All right, let's go round 2.
Okay,
ready for round 2?
Yep, ready for round 2. All right, guys, we're gonna do round 2. Can you put what is it? B on that? What is that on that 20? Second one in.
Oh yeah. Was that B?
I'm not sure. It was the first.
Line is A.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yep.
Thank you, whoever noticed that.
Very cool. Just bought my spider wire. It should be called wire because it's so stiff.
Shoot, and if you guys if we want to bring this out another night where you guys want me to just test your lines that you buy and want to see, let me know. Or hey, I could bring this to Mary Macmas, and you guys could test
bring your lines. Yeah, test your lines. That's cool. That's a nice little apparatus there. I like it. I tried it.
All right, let me get these.
I tried it. Saltwater Slicer says I tried out a braid called Hercules braid from eBay, and it's not bad. Just color. Most braids will bleed the color. Saltwater Slayer. Most braids will bleed the color. I usually just get white.
All right, so I'm gonna bring out the big game again. So 20-pound big game, and okay. So when I was thinking about this test, I didn't want mono to have like a huge advantage. I know it's super raisin resistant, but the diameter of mono is much thicker.
Yeah.
Than the fluorocarbon or braid.
I think maybe
so you're giving up a little bit on that. So I did also, believe it or not, the 15-pound big game, which I have a spool of right here, is the exact same diameter as the fluorocarbon. So at the end, after we do this, I'm going to also test the 15-pound mono just to see how it stacks up against the 15 or 20-pound floral, because that's the same diameter. The diameter of this big game is 0.38. And the diameter of like the Yozuri, the diameter of this big game is 0.46. And the diameter of like that Yozuri is 0.38. So it's a little bit. And then when you go to the big game, 15-pound, it's 0.38, the exact same. So we're going to try that. That's going to be our last test. Okay, so last time I had the big game on A. So we're going to B this time.
Hyder says, "What's the difference between blue and red label Seaguar?" I think it's just abrasion resistance. I'm not even sure how much of a difference it is, but they have on their website they go through all the different specifications per like each label. That they have
there's a red, there's a gold, there's a blue,
there's a black,
there's
the
orange.
Seaguar
has a lot.
Yeah,
so
they have a ton of.
Hyder,
and
I'm not a Seaguar sales rep, so
yeah, they have like they'll have like what feature what recommended usage you can use that in, I guess is the best way to explain it. So sorry about that.
Oh, no problem.
Salty says, I think the blue would win, but the spool is much more convenient on the Daiwa.
Okay, and then I'm also going to put the braid next to it again, which is the J braid. Let me make sure I got it on the right side here.
Salty said the red is garbage. Diamond is a very hard monofilament. The billfish guys have the reasons. Very cool. Oh, the diamond version of the Seaguar, Coach. Yeah, that's like the really expensive one, right? The price is better on the Daiwa too. They usually use the blue label on the. Okay. Very cool. I think I'm gonna go with. We'll see. We'll wait for the full test to finish.
Okay. So we've got our P line, the copolymer, which is fluorocarbon coated, versus straight big game mono. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are the bets all in?
Are there any bets all in? Trilene versus P line. Who's gonna win? Let's go. All right.
All right. So I'm pushing away from the.
Starting from 0.
Yes.
There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Right, I think we're at 18. 18? No, don't put it back. Don't finish that crank.
I'm just gonna write it down.
Okay.
So that was the P line fluoro clear, and that lasted to what you said, 18?
18, yeah.
18, and that is on the B.
Maybe 18.
All right, you ready?
18.25.
All right.
Oh,
18.25.
Yeah, we'll do 18.25.
I'm just gonna put 18.
Okay, go.
All right, you ready?
Okay, and go up. Yeah, go up. Crank up. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, that's 19.
19, 20.
21, 22, 20 and a half, I think. What do you think, Salty?
No, that was 22, wasn't it? Salty, what was it? I think it was 22.
21 and a half, maybe?
So we got 18.25 on the P line.
Yeah, it was 21 and a half, maybe, or 22.
22.
22.75 says Salty. Or, yeah, 22.
And that is the big game.
Yep. I think it's more engaging when I get it wrong. Everybody puts in the number.
It's math. All right, so there we go. Let's see where we're at right now. So here's our numbers right here. So pretty consistent, 20, almost 23 basically.
Yeah,
So 24, 23, 18, 20, 18.25. So pretty close. Still did very well. Those are two. So 20. So right now our front runner is still the Seaguar 20 pound. Let's test that one up next.
That's awesome.
Seaguar, so it goes on A. So it's a Seaguar blue label 20 pound. Blue label 20 pound. Oh no, I tied it too long. Retie. Go ahead and make an announcement, Roman, while I retie a knot.
All right, cool. Going to do the big screen over here. What up, everybody? Hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. All right, we got some good info here. If you guys have any questions, put it in the chat, and then we'll address those as we see them. And what do you think so far? Do you think it's is it as you were expecting? Are there some lines that you've been using that maybe you're gonna switch away from? What's your go-to right now? Are you using mono as a leader? Are you using braid as a leader? Sorry, not braid. Are you using mono or fluoro as a leader? I've been using fluoro, but ever since I talked to Muto, and we had that discussion a couple months ago, I'm gonna start messing around with using mono. This is gonna seal the deal for me tonight. So we'll see what the best option is. It's just that money could be going to something else if you're not getting the benefit you think you are by just using mono instead of fluoro. So that's what we're trying to prove out tonight. So let's get back to the science project.
There we go. All right.
And
sorry about that, guys.
Should
check my knots.
Here we go.
Okay.
Dario says I use both depending on the application. Nice job.
So this is our second test. We've got Seaguar Blue Label 20 pound and J Braid 20 pound, just to show you what the abrasion on braid is. All right, we're ready, Roman.
I'm ready.
Here we go.
1. Oh, like 1.5 again.
Wow.
Even that, maybe 1.25. Maybe
1.5 for J Braid.
Maybe 1.25.
1.25.
And that's one crank on the. No, that's 2 cranks on the machine.
Yeah, that was quick.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you guys are learning something about braid. All right, you ready? So we're at 2, right?
Yep.
3.
4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 12.5 maybe?
Wow. I would say that was probably 12.5 exactly. Wow. So that line did very well the first time.
I think
but not very well the second time.
I think was that the second line we did before?
So last time, this right here, we're doing the Seaguar Blue Label, 20 pound. It did 28.
I know, but before that, what was on the B side? The Power Pro, 30 pound.
No, on this side was the J braid.
I know, but this is our second round to the test, right? So the last
Yeah, we've
time,
only got.
the last time when we just
We've only
started,
got 2 left. We got Power Pro and we got Yozuri left.
I know, but when we started the whole project, the first 2 pairs were to go up was what? What was on the B side?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Because if it took a long, like if it was, what was it? If it was Floral Seaguar. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if maybe the sandpaper is worn out.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, let's keep going.
Let's keep it going.
Yeah,
I think the sandpaper will last forever on this type of process.
Cool.
All right, so the last 2 we got up are the Yozuri, which I want to test again. We tested that last time on B. So this time we're going for the A. Yozuri, 20 pound.
Yeah,
Clear.
see, Salty's saying he thinks we had mono the first time on that B side. So that mono took a long time to, so maybe it wore out some of the groove. And by the time we put the floral on there.
It's not in the exact same groove because this thing moves.
Okay, cool.
So
Cool.
it's not. There's no way it's lined up in the exact same groove. All right, so we got Yozuri in the A, and looks like we're going to be doing the Power Pro.
All right, the Yozuri guys, we've done these tests already before, but let's see what you guys think is going to win.
This one's. If the braid wins, I will be shocked.
At this point, pretty much.
Okay, are we ready?
All right, I'm ready.
Let me get this. Here we go.
1. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's 1.5, maybe.
Yeah.
1.
So 1.5, we'll call that.
Yep.
Okay, so this is at 2.
Yep. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
13.
Wait, that was 14, wasn't it?
Was it 14?
Yeah, it was 14.
14. All right, so let's check out our science. Let's see if we learned something from here.
Science.
Let me push this thing away since we're all done. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Let's do one more thing.
One more
Because
thing.
let's go ahead and double test at the same time 2 15-pound monos. Just because I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Because
like
this
that.
makes it the exact same diameter as the braid.
Okay.
Or I'm not sorry, as the fluorocarbon. So 15-pound mono is the same diameter as 20-pound floral. So I'm going to do 2 at a time on this.
Yeah, this is more. Yeah, I like this.
So this might be a more accurate comparison of the mono versus it.
So what we're trying to control here, guys, is the thickness of the actual line. These are the same thickness but different pound.
So these are both the exact same line, which would be pretty neat to see if they break at the same time too.
Okay, what do you think is gonna happen, guys? Before you start cracking on this, we have
15-pound big game.
15-pound big game, and
You ready?
wait, it's both 15-pound big game.
Yeah, we're just testing both those at the same time.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, cool. All right, we're good.
It's the same line off the same spool. I just instead of doing them separately, I'm just gonna do it at the same time on A and B.
Okay.
So
just
this
two
is just like
samples.
a side,
Okay.
just to see if the 15-pound what abrasion resistance would be. Just like you explained, it's the same diameter as
Yeah, and
20-pound.
right, and this is pretty. Okay, go. I got it. I'm ready. This is pretty much like the winner anyway, right?
No, we've already got a winner in the 20-pound, but this is extra credit.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, you ready?
Yep. 2, 3, 4, 5, 14, 15, 16,
15?
16.
16?
Oh, wait, wait. That was 17. Oh,
16 and
wow.
17?
Wow, pretty much like within one. I think within one stroke. So I think it was 16 or 17. Like they
I
both
think one
broke.
was 16, one was 17.
Okay.
So it was about basically my count. So all right, so now we have a diameter comparison to this. So all this is all 20 pound. That was just 15. So here's our results, guys. Here's a conclusion on this. The braid obviously 1.75, 1.5.
Captain Dan said that.
I mean, they're
Captain, I missed it. Captain Dan said, I guess you could call this mono e mono. Oh, get it?
that is actually a pretty good one, Dan. I'm proud
That's
of
really
you.
good.
You know what else? How do you follow Will Smith in the snow?
Uh-oh. How?
You follow the Fresh Prince.
Oh.
If Captain Dan's gonna try to show me up, I gotta throw something out. All right, so Power Pro 1.75 and 1.5. That would be our least. No, we actually J braid out of 1.25, the least abrasion resistant.
Yep.
So all the braids did terrible as expected. I thought that would be, like I said, though, braid is super strong as long as it doesn't get damaged. The second that gets damaged, so that also tells me, guys, when you're casting your line, keep an eye on it. If you see a little fray, you just saw how that can affect a line. It snaps instantly. So keep an eye on your braid, especially that the connection, maybe it actually hit a dock or hit something. So keep an eye on that braid. You see an abrasion, retie. That tells you right there. Yep. There's no abrasion resistance on those.
What we're not saying here, guys, is we're not saying don't use braid. Like we're talking for leader. Okay, so for the connection to your lure. Okay.
This test is strictly for leader, and like I said, I almost primary only use braid to leader. Most of the people use it that way because a lot of the fishing we're doing, where you're feeling the bottom. You want to feel everything that's down there. You want to feel all those little nibbles. And with braid to a leader, the sensitivity is much greater than if you were going to like straight mono or even straight fluoro. That braid has basically no stretch to it, and it has that sensitivity. So we all love using braid, but obviously it doesn't work for abrasion. So that's why we're putting on this leader. And this is our leader test, not line test, I guess we should say.
Yep.
Let's see who came in. Let's see. I guess the Yozuri. I'm so disappointed. Yozuri, 10 and 14. I have spools and spools of that. I'm so shocked. That's like the high dollar stuff too.
You're gonna see it. You're gonna see Brian's Yozuri spools on our swap meet post in Discord.
I honestly can't believe it. Okay, so I'm gonna talk it up a little bit though.
Okay.
It is super expensive. It's 25 yards for $15,
wow.
which is a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah.
I mean, you figure your leaders are maybe what 6 feet each. If my math is right, you're gonna maybe get like 6 or 7 liters out of one of those little things. So it's pretty expensive, but it's pure fluoro, so it may give you that confidence in really clear water. I don't just abandon pure fluoro because of this. So in clear water, especially like when you're fishing Dana Landing, when you can see the bottom and you can see every pebble, every grass, every little thing in there, that ultra clear line may make a difference. I don't know. They're spotties, they're halibuts. I don't know how line shy they are. Yeah. But in my mind, when the bite is slow, I want all the percentages to add up to everything in my mind, that I'm doing everything I can to catch the big fish or catch a fish.
Right.
And I think in clear water, and when you're fly lining something up on the surface, I think for me, I'm still going to go with the ultra clear, pure fluorocarbon. All right,
Salty's saying that Seaguar has better clarity than the Yozuri.
Yeah, Seaguar's the originator. So if you go back to one of our old shows, Seaguar's actually the originator of fluorocarbon, and they're the only company that like the material that they use is on Seaguar is specifically made to make fishing line, versus some of the other manufacturers. What they use a base chemical that's used to make all kinds of stuff. Seaguar's line is exclusively made for fishing line, so they're the ones that started it, and they specialize in it. So I always give big props to Seaguar. Seaguar for me, only complaint I have is knots. I don't know, with fluorocarbon, when you're tying a knot, it's really hard to cinch down and get a really, with mono, when you cinch that down and it's super tight, feels like it's not going to loosen, not going to give up. Fluorocarbon has that not not quite so confident in those things, and Seaguar's it's the line is so stiff and rigid and clear. The knots are the only complaint I have about the Seaguar, but I love Seaguar. Use it all the time.
Very cool.
Seaguar, let's see how it did. 28 the first test and 12 the second test. I think there's a disparity here.
Yeah, we should do a retest on that one.
Scored.
Can we retest
I don't know
that
how
one?
it scored so high, but so it's on the second time around. It scored really close to the Yoziri, but we did have an odd variance there. That might call for a third time if we ever do this again.
We need to do a double.
Let's see. Who else we got here? Okay, the copolymer, which is the P line. And if you're not familiar with that, it's you get it in a similar spool to mono. It comes in like, I think the one I bought is 600 yards. So a lifetime supply as far as liters go. And this is like a hybrid copolymer. It's coated with fluoro clear. And the promotion of that is it's basically in between pure fluorocarbon and mono. It's clear. So it's got that clear coating. And they say that fluorocarbon, that coating gives it abrasion resistance, but mono still, I think, where did we go on here? 20 and 18, and mono did 24. So it did good, but not quite as mono. But it's a good bang for the buck. Berkeley Vanish is also one that I use a lot. That is a copolymer fluorocarbon, clear coat on it basically.
So when you mentioned having a hard time tying fluorocarbon knots, that's not my experience, but I know why now because I use a green version of it, and like Baker Lounge just kind of mentioned it too. He said Baker said Seaguar green finally solves the knot issue, soft enough to cinch but still invisible. Okay, that makes sense. I use that green one.
I've never used green. Thank you for that advice. I never use the green. For some reason, I always get the blue, and I have a few rolls of the gold. So, but yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, the Seaguar blue, it's crystal clear, super stiff, no memory, but hard to tie knots. Mm-hmm. So next up, Yoziri, talked about that one. Just talked about the P line, and last is the mono big game. So that's been around forever. Anybody that's been fishing for a while has probably fished big game mono. When I was probably 15 years ago, that's all I fished, Roman. Like I went to that big game mono. Okay, the cons of mono and the pros of mono. Let's talk about mono.
Okay.
My number one con with mono is my confidence in its memory. When you throw that off your spinning reel and you see that curly cue coming out, we're talking leader, but still with the 12 foot or 10 foot leader, the confidence level is a little low for me when I see that curly cue. So it's mono for me is something that almost has to be replaced every time I throw it out. Like I don't leave it on the spool. It has to be retied every time. Mono floats too. I don't know if you know, mono floats. So most of the other ones all sink, it floats.
Yep.
Mono's super stretchy, which in a leader has benefits and it doesn't. So if we're trying to feel the bottom, a 6 foot leader is not going to stretch that much. But if you're pulling it, if you're going straight mono and you got 75 feet or 100 feet of that stuff out, you might feel that stretch. So mono's a little stretchier, and it has a short shelf life compared to like braid. So mono, something you need to replace every once in a while. You'll know when you pull it off and it just doesn't feel right. So, but the best thing about mono is it's super cheap and obviously super abrasion resistant. So what would your recommendations be off of this, Roman?
Oh man. So was it I use fluoro, man. But it looks like
now wait. Do you use fluoro just because you think you're buying the best, you're getting the best, and like in your mind, is that like the fisherman's mind?
For me, I thought it was like it's hard for the fish to see it, right? But our waters are not that clear anyway, right? And I thought it was like the best for abrasion resistance, right? So that's one of the key selling points for me was like the best for abrasion resistance, but diameter being the same, right? And
mono being thicker.
Mono being a little thicker, okay. So yeah. more visible.
If you go with the same pound strength, the mono is a little bit thicker.
All right. Yeah, I just and also like fluoro doesn't stretch, right?
No, very little.
Yeah, but then again, the stretch you're gonna get in a mono leader is not that significant relative to the whole line to your reel, right? So correct. I'm open to it. I'm open to trying the what is it?
Big game, any type of mono, really.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. I'm open to trying mono.
You know, I personally, I try all of these. I have them all in there. If I'm going through a lot of leaders, I go right for the hybrid, like the Berkeley Vanish or the Floral Clear P line. That stuff works good. The mono, I rarely use it just because I don't have it in my boat a lot because of the memory. It just does something with my brain when I see that curlicue. I'm like, God, it just bothers me. So I don't use mono a lot, but I'm into using mono like if I'm dropping a heavy weight. Let's say I'm dropping for rockfish or something where it's like straighten out the line. But if I'm throwing in like a 1/8 ounce bait and I see that curly thing in there, even if it straightens out when I start to reel, it just bugs me. I'm sorry, coach. The mono is a great deal.
It is a great deal.
That.
So I honestly when I started fishing with straight mono, and then I switched to braid with a fluorocarbon leader. So I've never had the experience of fishing a mono leader. I'm gonna start fishing a mono leader, and I'll report back how I feel with it. Like, I don't think that curly cute thing would bother me as much, but maybe like on the drop, that curly thing would take longer to straighten out before it hits the bottom. I don't know, like. Is it that significant at that point, or is it just like you don't like the way it looks type of thing? You know, that's
You know what? And fishing's a lot of it's confidence. If you don't feel confident, you're probably going to get into zombie fishing mode where you're just going through the rotations. But if you're catching fish and you had the best day of your life, you're going to say, "Oh, Yo Zeri's the best ever. I caught 20 fish today." And then you went out and used big game. You didn't catch any fish. You're like, "Oh, it must have been the leader." But you just never know with the conditions, you know.
Yeah.
So I personally think they'd all work, especially with the fish we're fishing. There's just advantages and disadvantages to each one, and that's part of the journey, guys. That's why we're having this discussion. That's why you guys are having a discussion in chat. We're trying to figure out what we like personally, and I think it's really a personal preference on this subject. It's a touchy subject for everybody, I know, because there's a lot of mono guys out there, and there's a lot of people that aren't going to waste their money on 25 yards for $20 or whatever it is.
Also,
Baker, a big rip.
Also, Breaker Lounge got a good point. What up, Dave? Welcome. Thanks for coming back. He said, since mono floats, it is better for jigging, so it won't lay on the floor and get stuck. So that's a very good point. It's a very good point.
And if you're trying to sink something super slow and you got a 12-foot leader on there and you want it like a creature bait or something where you're just trying to get that slow drop right on top of that fish, that could be an advantage too. So I would say, guys, try it all. See what you like. Personally, like I said, I like the floral. I don't know if it's just in my brain that I've got to buy that expensive clear stuff, but I've been using it and it seems to work for me. But I'm gonna try the mono. I bought it. I'm gonna try it.
Very cool. I have a spool. I have a spool of that trilene mono in my what is it? Goodwill secondhand store.
How old is it?
Dude, I bought this box. I bought this box at Goodwill. I saw like this fishing tackle box. I was like, "Ooh, fishing tackle box." I picked it up and it was heavy. I was like, "Oh, so much stuff in here." It was like somebody's trout setup. And then like I took it to the cashier and I was like, "Hey, there's a bunch of stuff in here. Does that come with the box?" She's like, "Sure." Like $20. Score. It's a spool just like that. I don't even know if it's good. It's still like it's still vacuum sealed. That spool that's in the box.
Do that snap test on it real quick.
Oh yeah.
You were showing that.
Yep,
yeah,
we'll
try that. Because you'll know if it's bad. It'll feel like brittle. And just to show you what that curly Q thing is I'm talking about. So here's Power Pro, and you see how that kind of just can you see that?
I can see it. Yep.
You could see the mono and you see the braid. Braid is always straight. There's no memory to it. But that's one of the things with mono. Let me show you what the pure floral does. This is the Seaguar. Still a little, not quite as tight. Not quite as tight as mono, but it still has a little bit of memory. So the braid has zero memory. And when you throw that in there, and you're watching that braid lay on the surface, that's one thing I love about the braid too. It's all a visual for me when I'm fishing.
Okay. I dig it.
All right, guys. So I hope you got out of our science project. Had to go to Home Depot this weekend to make that baby.
That's awesome. All right.
But maybe we'll use that. Hey, guys, I'll bring that to Mary Mackmas if you guys want to fool around with that too. If you want to if you want to bring your line and bring your line and test it against somebody else's line, bring it out. Let's see what you got. So I'll bring that thing to Mary Mackmas. Any other questions, Roman, about this before we move on?
Fishing line challenge. I think that's it. That was awesome, dude. Very cool. Holy guacamole. I am shocked by these results. What up, Zach? Zach Riggs in the house.
Yeah, I think maybe we'll revisit this subject. I'll buy some different manufacturers, and maybe now that we could have another discussion about this in a few months, if we all go out and try different lines and maybe give some conclusions on what we came up with.
I think we take a poll of like everybody's favorite best line that they think is the most resistant. So like I say like, oh, the Seaguar rainbow label is the best one. I don't know if that even exists, but and then we could take the ones that they think are the best ones and then we could pit them against each other and we'll have a really good sampling. Very cool.
This is exactly what I carry in my boat. I'll show you exactly, because that stuff over there, a lot of that had on my shelf, my tackle wall. But if you want to see exactly what I carry, Roman, I've got tons of Yozuris, Seaguar, and this is one of my favorites is Berkeley Vanish.
That's right. Did you test that one today?
No, I didn't. I didn't have the 20-pound of it.
You didn't want to complete. You don't want to completely
And I've
be
got
disappointed.
Seaguar,
Oh, yellow.
whatever yellow label. So that's mainly what I use. And you know what? I can't believe Yozuri didn't do better. I'm kind of disappointed. So
Oh, what? Cal in the house. What up, Cal with the $9.99 super chat says movie review time, baby. Movie review time. Let's go.
Oh no, we got PB shoutouts. So
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Move on. We go my
man.
screen share.
Let's do this.
We passed 8 o'clock. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah. That's good though. It needed to go past because we had to get this done. That was perfect. All right, boys. Well, Brian gets a screenshot ready for PB shoutouts. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right, Cal. Here we go. So, guys, if you want to submit your catches from last week or any personal best or great fishing outings you've had in the past couple of weeks, submit them to Brian or via our Discord or at Brian Likes to Fish on Instagram. Here we go. This is how these guys got on here and be ready to be shouted out. Let's go.
We've seen you out on the water. They say you fishing harder. I guess we'll find out this week on our PB shout out.
A little screen changing malfunction there. I put you on screen for like a split second
Oh no.
while you were dancing.
The grooving. If you don't know, that's Cal out front. Yeah,
Let's go,
PB shout outs. These are
Cal!
the fish caught in the last 2 weeks that people wanted to share. It doesn't have to be a PB. It can be any fish you're proud of. So let's get this started.
Let's do this.
Okay, we all know who this guy is. That is Jesse. So Jesse's been out traveling right now, and looks like he's got himself a pretty big trout, and he's out on his kayak. So this is a 28.5-inch cutthroat trout, 10-pounder. He caught at Pyramid Lake on a Goldfire Tiger Spoon with a Dodger out front. He was trolling a 1-ounce Carolina rigged to get it down to the right depth. He had to go between 1.5 and 2 miles per hour. He was using his new Dobbins Fury umbrella rod, which is a rod a lot of us use, 11-pound test. He was fishing from 8 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. before he finally caught one. That's a long day to get that fish, Jesse, but it looks like it paid off. He finally caught that one, and then after that one, he managed to get a few more, but this was the biggest. That is a beautiful fish.
Very nice.
Jesse, if he's in chat, did you eat that thing, or did you release that thing? Beautiful fish, Jesse. Okay, who's this guy? This guy, I'm
Joe
so
Mar in the
sorry I left you
house.
out last week. If you guys don't know, this is Joe Mar, Ghost Sniper in our chat. There it is. I got you. Didn't forget you this week.
Let's go.
So two Sundays ago, this is his new PB male sheephead, weighing in at a huge 19.44, maybe 20 pounds because the boat was rocking. We're just going to go ahead and call that around 20. Huge sheephead, major 28 inches. He caught it on his Daiwa reel with the Shimano rod near the St. Nicholas Islands, just past Catalina.
Yeah, this was caught, guys.
This
was caught, guys. This was caught before we made the announcement to try to like release the sheeps. So just in case anybody was wondering.
Yep. He caught this on a 60-gram jig par slow pitch with a 30-pound top shot. I'm assuming he means mono on that. So he was fishing a leader. 2 braid, 20-pound braid. That's pretty light line on that guy.
Yeah.
There's a weight of it. There's his reel. It was a 2-day trip out of Long Beach. He was fan casting. He was reeling around, dropped the thing down, got hit in the lower water column because that's where those hang out. Took him a few minutes to get it in. He was pulling drag. They said it was a great fight, and he caught also his first lean cod, but he forgot to take a picture of it.
Oh.
Yep, he caught a bunch of huge vermilion rockfish and a bunch of huge whitefish also. And he's go ahead and sharing what he was using, guys, right there. So I think that's the same thing Cal uses.
Was that a cheese grater?
Looks like a painted ping pong ball with a piece of squid.
That's awesome.
No, that is a 60-gram jig par slow pitch top shot.
Very nice.
Next up, look at this fish, Roman. Look at that fish.
Was that in the U.S.?
Okay, this is Danny Martinez. No, it's not in the U.S. He's out in Mexico in Cabo San Lucas for the past 2 weeks.
I was going to say, dang, it's starting to get really warm over here.
That doesn't even look real to me. Like,
so cool.
My gosh, could a fish get more beautiful? This is his personal best, most beautiful fish he's ever caught. He has no idea what kind of fish is that, Coach. I have no idea.
It's like
either.
a parrotfish. It's like a parrotfish, I think.
The best thing about this is he caught it on his Phoenix travel rod with a piece of shrimp from the buffet.
Yes. That's so good.
So we don't know what that is.
Like, why is that guy stuffing?
No weight. There's no weight on this. It's just his PB most beautiful fish.
Like, why is that?
Agree with that.
Why is that guy stuffing shrimp into his pockets? I don't know. It's like, at the bar, at the buffet.
That's the bait. All right, good job, Danny. Beautiful fish. Thanks for sharing that.
Oh, what?
And then there's this guy. If you don't know who that is Kevin C. Samurai. Also, what's his Instagram?
At
fishing rep.
At fishing_rep on Instagram. Go give him a follow, guys.
He is the fishing rep for Savage Gear. Him and his friend went out in front of La Jolla. They landed 60 calicos. Well, he says 60 fish. I'm assuming calicos in 2.5 hours.
Dang.
On a Savage Gear dragon tail. Using a 1-ounce lead head and the 8-inch dragon tail. So, man, you guys had a night out there.
Yeah,
60 fish in 2.5 hours. Let me see my math here. Is that about 23 fish an hour?
So
dang. Good job, Kevin. That looks like a pretty nice fish there, too. When am I going to get an invite? All right. Next up, we got Peter. Okay, so if you guys don't know Peter, he looks like he's got himself a halibut. I'm going to scroll through these. Big one, almost 25-incher. Looks like he got it on the A-rig there. Okay, so here's Peter holding his nice fish. Peter, so I'm going to read his. Been fishing different techniques the past couple of weeks. My main focus was the A-rig, right on. Went out Saturday with the goal to catch at least one fish on it. I completed that within 30 minutes with an 11-inch spotty. Wasn't able to land anything else for the next few hours, so I decided to call it a day. Figured it wouldn't hurt to roll the A-rig back to the ramp, so he's going to troll it back. Right as I was getting to the ramp, I stopped, reeled it in, felt something that felt like there was some weight on it. Then it started giving head shakes. Then it started to make some runs. I finally got my eyes on it, and it was a halibut, obviously. My net got stuck. I struggled to get it in my hands. Finally got the halie in the net. It shook the net, popped out. Luckily, I already had him in the net. So that's halibuts, man. When you get those things to the side of your yak or boat, they spook. They get that second wind, and they're out of there. It's his PB halie and my first legal halie. Congratulations. That deserves a round of applause, Roman.
Nice job.
Officially 24.75 inches. Great end of my day. Same place he caught his PB spotty, which is, going to show a picture of that right there, too.
Nice.
That guy's got to go for one. Paul.
There you go.
The A-rig he was using was a Umbrella with 1/8 ounce deep spin in the middle and underspins. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read ahead here. Different colors, and he uses a Phoenix M1 with Alexa 300, and yes, he caught those in Mission Bay. So good job, Paul.
Very cool.
I'm sorry, Peter. My God, Peter. I'm terrible with names. All right, next up. This might be our last one here. Now we got 2 more here. We know this guy.
There we go.
My gosh, Roman. I had no idea opal eyes even got that big. I have never seen one. Every opal eye I've always caught has like been like the size of a small bluegill. They're not. I don't know if this is some kind of freak of nature. Did you catch that near the nuclear power plant? What is going on, Coach? He caught this in La Jolla on a shrimp chunk. He was fishing out there with Eric. Coach, you're giving up your spot. I can see it in the background now. That is, for you guys that don't know, that's an opal eye, and look at this thing. He's got his measuring cooler, and that thing is over 15 inches long, Roman. And look at the girth on that thing.
I think it's fat.
I think it's 15 inches long and like 20 inches round. That thing is fat. What has that thing been eating? Cool. All right. He says by far it's the largest opal eye I have ever caught. And if Coach says that, then you know that's a big one. That is a big one. 2.4 pounds. Gosh, Coach, I'm going to look up after the show. I'm going to look up a world record on that. I'm going to look up a world record. Coach, man, if that's a world record, you should have called me to come down with the official scale that night. But good job, Coach. Way to make it to PB shout-outs. That is a huge PB. Good luck trying to beat that, guys. That's a big one.
Nice.
All right, and the MMFC had an outing on 11/20. They did a night session out to the bait barge. There's a couple of our Macs. It looks like Zach, maybe is that Eric, maybe Muto. I'm not exact. No, Muto doesn't go out tonight. I see Zach and I see Eric. If you're on there, give a shout out. Right there's the famous Johnny Rizzo catching himself a sand bass at the bait barge.
Cool.
This is Aaron for Big Yak Water Fishing. I'm sorry, my names are terrible. Aaron, Big Yak Fishing. I think that's his screen name.
The worst
I'm doing a lot of talking tonight, Roman. My mouth is no longer working. This is the same night session at the San Diego bait barge. It's not his PB, but he caught that on a 3/8 ounce cool bait underspin 15-inch sand bass. That's right. Get it done.
Nice job.
He caught it on with 20-pound braid, 20-pound floral leader on a Kuma reel, blah, 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 15-pound, blah, 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 moving on. This is a 15-inch fish. All right, let's move on to the directions. All right, guys. Sorry, getting a little wacky over here. Okay, so Mary Macmas. The reason I'm bringing that's the end of PB shoutouts, by the way, guys. Congratulations to all those guys. Woo! So next week, submit your fish so you can be on PB shoutouts too. I'm going to go through this quick. This is Mary Macmas. For you guys don't know, there's the map where we're going to be. Crown Point Park, December 2nd, 2 to 5 p.m. Mary Macmas. See the number 2 right here? That's where we're going to be. Number 11 is the big, famous blue gazebo. We're not going to be there. If you go there, you're in the wrong spot. We're across from that. Here's a picture of where we're going to be. There's that bowling pin island is like right over here. And we are straight across from it, right at Crown Point Park, right where that arrow's pointed. It's these 4 blue gazebos right next to the parking lot. Here's a picture of what they look like. I guess look for the Macs, look for the pizza. And that's where we're going to be. Right there.
That's hilarious.
And all right, let me stop my screen share here, Roman.
All right, there we go. That's so funny. What up, guys? It's Russell here. Yeah, let's go. Oh, that's funny. All right, so we got.
My mouth stopped working. I don't know what's going on here.
Wait, what stopped working?
My mouth. I'm trying to get words out. They're not coming out.
Words.
All right.
Words.
Darn words. All right, Roman. It's Christmas time, Roman. I can't leave without this. Eric's not on tonight, so.
Yeah, he is. No.
Is he? Oh, okay. Well, Eric, enjoy, because I'm doing it. Because I do what I want.
You're doing the thing.
I'm doing it.
All right, let me switch over. All right, let me know when you're ready. All right, here we go.
I'm ready.
All right.
All right, guys. In case you didn't know, I like 80s and 90s movies. I'm going to review movies. It's Christmas time. How can I go without reviewing Christmas movies? So on our December 15th show, I'm going to give you guys my top 10 favorite all-time Christmas movies. But tonight, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of my 2 Christmas movies that I really enjoy. This movie stars Arnold Schwarzenegger. Came out November 16th, 1996. And if you're a parent back in the, I guess, back before the internet, and your kid wanted a gift, there wasn't just going on Amazon and having it come to your house. You had to go out and find that gift, Roman. And if they wanted the Tickle Me Elmo, or they wanted the Legend of Zelda game that was like the hot that month and that you couldn't find it, guess what? You're going to every Kmart in town. You're going to Target. You're going to find this gift, right? So, and every parent that has had to try to find a gift like that back before the internet knows this movie. And this movie is Jingle All the Way, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Have you seen this, Roman?
I have. It's hilarious.
I love this movie. It has one of my favorite comedians too, Sinbad. He's hilarious too, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think it's one of his best roles, to be honest with you, because it's comedy. It's a movie that definitely holds up. It's one that I watch every Christmas. Basically, Arnold Schwarzenegger is trying to find his kid that hard to find gift, and so is Sinbad. And it's just comedy all the way through. So I'm giving this 4 out of 5 max for a Christmas movie. It is a killer Christmas movie. If you haven't seen that, definitely check that out. Next one, it's not really a Christmas movie, but it's set in like the winter when it's cold. And to me, I like watching this Christmas time just because it's comedy. It's another comedy. Stars Bill Murray, which if you grew up in the 80s and 90s, Bill Murray had tons of good movies. Ghostbusters, this particular one I think he's very famous for. Basically, it's about a guy who gets stuck in the same day every day he wakes up. It's the same day over and over, and he relives this day over and over and over until he tries to find a way to get out of this day. And this movie is Groundhog Day, starring Bill Murray. Came out February 12th, 1993. So a very similar time on this. So Groundhog Day, have you seen this, Roman?
I have. I don't think I finished watching it. I was too young. Just got bored with it. I'm like, this keeps repeating.
Okay, now go back and rewatch this. Rewatch it with your kids. This is a great family movie set in the winter. I'm giving that also 3.5 out of 5 max. I love me a Groundhog Day. Max, I'm going to be out there fishing on Saturday in the morning. I'll see you guys at Merry Macmas. Sorry about last week's craziness. But who knows? It may come around again one day because I do what I want, and I'm going to get out there. I'm going to snag some grass. I'm going to catch the bass. I'm out. See you guys.
Once again, thank you, Brian, for hanging out with us today and for making this show possible. That contraption, the line torturing device was awesome. We learned some stuff today. Got some good science going. So hope you guys appreciate and enjoy today's show. Guys, do me a favor. Tonight at 9 o'clock in 32 minutes, in about 30 minutes. Oh, what up? We got a new subscriber, This Boy in the House. Thanks for subscribing, sir. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the channel. Welcome. Thanks for making that Mac come to life. So tonight at 9 p.m. in 30 minutes, I'm going to release the next installment of our tuna fishing adventures, where basically the follow-up video to where Kevin Nakata took us out and taught us how to fish foamers. We're gonna go see if Brian and I can do it on our own. Let's see. It's gonna be good. So that'll be tonight at 9. Tonight at 9. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get a notification when the video comes out tonight. Also, we'll probably be auto posting it to Discord. So if you're on Discord, you'll probably get that notification too. Very cool. Cal, thank you so much for the $9.99 today. All the support helps. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And guys, it's gonna be a good December, a good wrap up to the end of the year, and I'm looking forward to goal setting for next year, and just continued growth on this channel, continued growth on your guys' stuff, whatever you're working on, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. We have a lot to look forward to, so let's get out there and catch some fish, like Brian says, and you guys have a good night. I'll see you guys on Monday. All right, good night. Woo! Okay, cool. All right. So that's good.